Hong Kong has been a popular tourist destination, known for its majestic views from Victoria Peak. But 6 months of sometimes violent protests have taken a toll. According to the Hong Kong Tourism Board, tourist arrivals in October were down more than 40% over last year, the biggest drop since the SARS outbreak in 2003. Miss Al runs a concession stand at Victoria Peak. She says last year, 40 to 50 tour groups came through each day. Now it's less than 10.
1 year ago, I brought in 20,000 Hong Kong dollar a month. Now it's 3 to 4,000.
A year ago on a beautiful Saturday, the iconic Star Ferry would be packed, but today there's plenty of empty seats. The biggest decrease is with Chinese mainland visitors, down almost half from a year ago. Some fear they will be targeted by protesters. Many mainland visitors stop by Golden Bohemia Square for pictures with this statue erected in 1997 to mark the return of Hong Kong to China. Miss Wong is a tour guide here. A year ago, she led 20 tours a day. Now it's less than 5.
The number of tour groups is decreasing, but the ones that come still feels confident about Hong Kong.
That includes Miss Xu, who has visited Hong Kong before and this time brought her family.
My friend in Hong Kong told me that Hong Kong is safe. Things are getting back to normal and the protests have become more peaceful.
But she says she will be sure to avoid any demonstrations. Hong Kong's tourism industry hopes the protests will subside so the city returns to normal and the tourists return.
3, 2, 1.
Following the footsteps of other metropolitan cities, Beijing has become the latest to unveil its own Michelin guide. The highly anticipated and long-awaited Foodie Bible has put 23 gastronomic heavyweights in the limelight after discreet diners, known as food critics, scoured the capital for spots destined to impress.
Beijing has a unique flavor, I would say, because a clear focus on also Chinese cuisine that is shining very brightly here. Its diversity from all the region, and also the real focus on the products, the ingredients, and the quality of the locally or regionally sourced ingredients.
Xinrongji on Xinyuan South Road snagged 3 stars with its Taizhou-centric cuisine, while King's Joy and Shanghai Cuisine both garnered 2 stars. Most of the 20 one-star restaurants specialize in Chinese cuisine, with the symbolic Peking duck as one of the most top-rated dishes. Mark Passmore of the Opposite House Hotel says the 1-star rating for their restaurant Jingyatang is already an honor, and that he believes the gourmet guide will help raise the bar in Beijing's culinary scene.
Beijing's always been steeped in tradition. It is the capital city. There's a lot of history here, and I think looking at the winners today, you can see a lot of the tradition coming through in the food. A lot of these guys have been doing it for a very long time. They've been doing it consistently, day in, day out, and it's great to see them sort of recognized for their contributions. So I think it's absolutely fantastic for Beijing. Actually showcases sort of, that we should be recognized on an international stage.
Along with the star-rated establishments, Michelin Guide Beijing also named 15 restaurants in the Bib Gourmand selection, while 62 restaurants were recognized with Michelin Plate Award.
I think it definitely gives some good recognition, and it also support a lot of people in the city to actually push and strive for more, right? So we can see where we need to go and what we need to improve, and I think it's just actually great for Beijing in general.
With or without stars, the pressure is on for Beijing's once enigmatic culinary industry as it joins the ambitious league of gastronomic masters in becoming a top foodie destination.
Alright, you ready for this?
At Miramonte High School in Orinda, California, the eSports club meets to practice their skills. Team members also study gameplay recordings of their upcoming opponents from Las Vegas. With 45 members, Miramonte's eSports club is thriving, despite originally being rejected by school administrators until Steichen changed their minds.
I told them that a lot of colleges are actually giving scholarships for esports now, and it's actually pretty incredible what we have in terms of esports nowadays, instead of what they think of it, it's just, oh, people playing video games in their basement. No.
Miramonte's club is one of more than 2,000 esports clubs across North America that competes against other teams online in the High School Esports League, or HSEL. I caught up with HSEL co-founder Mason Milano via Skype.
If you win a competition with us, you'll be awarded a scholarship. We've helped facilitate last year about $16 million in scholarships. Now, outside of that, we have a recruiting base of over 100 recruiters from across the country that pull from our league.
High School Esports League has even partnered with a principal and a teacher to come up with an accredited curriculum called Gaming Concepts. It teaches students team-building concepts, as well as how to deal with online toxic behavior. It's already in a handful of schools, and HSEL says hundreds more are considering it.
Like it or not, there's going to be a lot more jobs related to video games in the future because that's what millennials do. They want more video games, and so in some ways this is a career preparation for the high schools. And if you look over at something like the NBA or the NFL, they have all this infrastructure that they've built up over decades. Esports doesn't have that, and if you create these structures underneath it, you can surface a lot more of the talent.
Club President Steichen says what's more important is that players like himself who have never been athletic enough to play traditional sports have finally found an activity where they can utilize their talents and win or lose as a team.
That's why we reinforced this wall.
Javier Roberto Hidalgo was once literally a student of marijuana, taking courses on the cannabis plant and later giving seminars on the topic. So when Colombia passed legislation in 2016 to legalize medical marijuana use, Hidalgo didn't hesitate to enter the new industry.
Not only can we take away that negative image, it might be possible to create a productive company with good salaries and good working conditions, then create a range of products that take away people's pain.
In 2017, La Santa Botanicals was created with a mission to grow high-quality cannabis for medicinal purposes. With permits in hand, its founders began with a cannabis plantation and slowly ventured into building a pharmaceutical laboratory. The plant's components are used in a variety of products, from pain relievers for cancer patients to oils to curb seizures in epileptic patients. As global investment in the cannabis industry hits record highs, Colombia is getting a large slice of it. That's because Colombia enjoys a prime geographic position to produce quality plants and has a farming workforce already skilled in producing coffee and flowers.
De los costos, la luz.
On top of the low costs, the numerous hours of sunlight, the different altitudes and the climate, we have a qualified labor force. It is estimated that we are going to have a higher percentage of cannabis plantations than we do flowers.
With many countries now allowing medical marijuana and countries like Canada and Uruguay leading the way on recreational use, the industry is growing fast. A new report by the market research firm Prohibition Partners suggests global legal marijuana revenues could top $100 billion by 2024. International interest in the industry, says La Santa Botanicals, was critical to get the company started. But while it has outside investment from Canada, it proudly touts it's a majority-owned Colombian company. And among its 60 employees, 85% are local farmers. But starting a company in an industry that was once illegal has its challenges.
The banks are reluctant, like, wait, what do you mean marijuana? And I have also heard this from investors who are afraid of investing their money in this industry.
Attorney Andrés José Pajón, who specializes in the cannabis industry, says lawmakers did a good job back in 2016 covering all regulatory aspects of this emerging market.
Everything is regulated. How to get permits to cultivate, how to get permits to make derivatives, how to get permits to commercialize and export, even to import seeds. I think it is one of the most complete legislations in the world, without loopholes. I think this gives investors peace of mind.
And for companies like La Santa Botanicals, the direct foreign investment is needed for things like machinery to help extract the oils used in medicinal products.
We want to create products that will get to the drugstores to help solve real problems.
La Santa says it's well on its way to getting there, especially with a new collaborative agreement at Colombia's National Cancer Institute.